La nouvelle du radicalisme de la colonie de Roger Williams se répandit en Angleterre où la colonie souleva de vives critiques. Mais la perspective de liberté face à la tyrannie religieuse attirait beaucoup de gens. Et ils étaient prêts à braver vents et marées pour gagner cette liberté. Parmi ceux qui embarquèrent se trouvait un couple baptiste originaire de Tewkesbury, Stephen et Anne Mumford. Ce sont eux qui introduisirent le sabbat dans le Nouveau Monde.
En 1665, Stephen et Anne Mumford arrivèrent dans la colonie de Rhode Island. Ils émigrèrent là parce qu'il s'y trouvait des églises baptistes, dans une colonie où régnait une entière liberté religieuse. Il se peut aussi qu'ils soient venus pour des raisons économiques. Et Newport était un port de commerce très fréquenté.
En décembre 1671, les Mumford et quelques autres immigrants formèrent la première assemblée baptiste du 7e jour en Amérique. Le groupe s'épanouit dans l'environnement protégé de Rhode Island, mais dès que les membres s'aventuraient au-delà des frontières de leur colonie, ils couraient de grands risques.
Au Connecticut, par exemple, les membres de l'église de Newport devaient payer des amendes, ou même étaient jetés en prison s'ils travaillaient le dimanche, étant donné que leur jour d'adoration était le sabbat. C'était un moyen de les harceler à cause de leur anticonformisme.
Ces premiers baptistes du 7e jour s'aperçurent que leurs pratiques relatives au sabbat les mettaient en conflit avec toutes les communautés où l'on observait le dimanche. C'est pourquoi ils répondirent à l'appel de la liberté qui venait de l'Ouest.
Ils implantèrent des églises sur des terres inhabitées. Ceci se produisit maintes et maintes fois parce qu'il était plus facile de trouver un lieu inhabité pour fonder une ville et créer des institutions qui conduiraient à l'observation du sabbat et à la liberté religieuse. Cela rendit le sabbat populaire puisque presque tous les nouveaux venus dans la communauté y participaient automatiquement. Et ceci se produisit à l'échelle du pays tout entier, si bien qu'en 1900, leurs églises s'éparpillaient jusqu'en Californie.
Au fil des ans, il devint de plus en plus difficile pour les baptistes du 7e jour de demeurer loin des problèmes. Les territoires devinrent de nouveaux États et certains d'entre eux promulguèrent des lois du dimanche, ce qui eut des conséquences malheureuses, voire tragiques.
Well, it must have been back about, 1885. They come out from somewhere in Ohio, the two of them. She's still in her teens. They were just married and they came out to live their lives in the promised land. Danfield, that may have been the name. He was John. I don't think I ever really knew her name. She, pretty little thing though. She, hard worker even when she was expecting. They took that land over by the state line 4 or 5 miles from town. They had a horse, a couple of cows, and really did a nice job with that place. They had a fine cabin and a good well, and that first year they grew up a right nice garden. Now, most folks in this area are religious. These people were Seventh-day Baptists, you know, the ones that take Saturday for Sunday. Living so far out of town, I thought that their religion would be their own business. But they did have things sort of mixed up, not working on Saturday. Sabbath, they called it, and they treated Sunday like any other working day when the other people were going to church. Anyway, things were going fine until a mean-hearted citizen brought a complaint to the grand jury. The grand jury, mind you. I thought there was no call for that, but folks were saying that John was defiling the Lord's day every week. He was only doing what he thought God wanted him to. But that made no difference. That grand jury, they tried him, convicted him, and sentenced him right then and there. He had to pay a fine or go to jail. Now, this young feller had real spine. He figured since it was a free country, he could have his own religion and follow it. He flat refused to pay. Well, sir, those deputies, they drug him right off to jail. Left his wife alone up there with a babe just a few weeks old. It was bad enough, him in jail, worrying about his wife and babe and all, but it was even worse for her. Separated from her husband, no support from anyone. Oh, one or two of the ladies did come up from town, but she was pretty much left on her own up there. She hoped every day to see him coming up the road, coming home to her. They say that she sat up by the gate holding her babe for hours at a time. A few weeks went by like that. Well, the babe took sick, and next thing we heard, the poor little thing had died right in its mama's arms. It was heartbreaking seeing her and a few of the town folk putting that little bundle in the ground. Her man in jail, unable to comfort her. No comfort in it for him either. That poor child, she just wasted away after that up there, crying all alone, night after night. Well, John, he served his time. They finally let him go. And he headed off for home, just looking forward like crazy to seeing his wife. When he got there, his neighbors were carrying something out. It was a coffin's what it was. It was his wife's. She had took sick. If you ask me, I'd say it was a broken heart that killed her. Well, he never said a word. He just followed him up to the graveyard and watched him put his wife in the ground next to his little baby. And he threw himself down and he cried till there were no more tears left to cry. He hardly said goodbye to his soul before he rode out of here. We haven't heard from him since. I just hope he found a place where he could live free.